Okay, hello. My name is Sherry Calderon. I'm here with my team, which is we are team three. We are going to be discussing the questions that we thought were the most important out of a base set of 20 questions that we had. So, again, my name is Sherry Calderon, and here is my team.
My name is Sarah Williams.
My name is Ogamaka Wana.
So, my first question that I thought was the most important was what was your overall thoughts on the Horizon reports? My first thought was that they were very overwhelming, they were very lengthy. There is a lot going on right now, so it just seemed like a lot, but I do think that this is something that would apply to my classroom, so I did think they were very informative and they could be useful. What did I notice about the reports? Like I said, I've noticed that they were related to education. So I was kind of asking myself, how did this relate to other degrees, which my team members later are going to talk about because we did think it was an important question. I did notice that this is a resource that goes through many years. So I felt that this is something that we could continue to use in the future.
How can these reports be useful? So, I feel like these reports are a preview of what we might see in our future classrooms. I know one of the reports I read was talking about future technology trends. So, that would be a really good indicator to like follow and see what would be a good technology aspect or trend that would happen in the future so that we can stay on board. How do these reports address the ITSC standards for Unit 1? I actually had a really hard time, just like Sherry said, understanding majority of these articles. I really don't personally, I don't think that they follow the standards really good. I would score it probably really low, either a 2 or a 1, just because there was a lot of information. It was really hard to get through. And I just personally didn't really understand most of it.
How do they relate to my profession? Well, I'm in early childhood development research, so I work with parents, I work with teachers, and I work for children, not directly with them. In the way that the efforts mentioned in this article is for the learners, so putting the learners in the center for collaboration, for interaction. I feel like even in my profession, I find that useful because even if I'm not in the classroom, but I am still with the people that are going into the classroom, and we can collaborate and demo what that would look like in the classroom for the educators. What's the downside? Just as Sarah has instigated to, it is very cumbersome. I find myself going through links and going through other links and going through other links and getting lost, just figuring out the scope of what I'm reading. I feel like if it was a bit more succinct so that people who don't feel obliged to read it but just want to learn will not be discouraged and actually gain what they need to gain from the article.
Okay, so what are our final thoughts after going through all our questions and hearing one another talk? What do we have? What are our final questions to one another?
So for the IST standards in a pandemic classroom, I guess I'll ask you, Sherry, what does that look like for you?
It doesn't. There's no better way to answer that. I mean, I have 25 6-year-olds in a very small classroom. There is not much of this. You can't touch nothing. You can't share anything. Everyone has to have their own manipulatives. I mean, there's a way to bend it, but in reality, this seems just very unrealistic right now. So, Sarah, how do you think we can use these articles in the future since we
Like
can't really use them now?
Exactly. I would say like what the whole technology when I was talking about earlier, just looking at trends with technology. I know technology is going to be a huge important role in the future. You know, with COVID starting it up, we use technology now more than ever. So just keeping tabs on the trends, I feel like we could use that in the future. And just go from there. I mean, technology is revolving, so is the classrooms. Every 5 years, it's going to be different. And same with technology. This one goes to OG. How do reports apply to other professions?
I'll speak for my profession, which is sort of with education, but not directly. I would say we cannot, it's not a one size fits all. We can't be talking to educators and expect people in, I don't know, agriculture to be able to use what we're saying. So I think it should be industry targeted and, like we said, going into those industries and actually looking at what's needed and addressing it more directly versus just having sort of an educational broad way of informing the public.
I agree. It does seem to be very broad. But once again, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for working as a team. And I hope you enjoyed our video. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.